Good day, puppy lovers. I have Yogi with me today. He's a little miniature poodle and he is quite dirty. Check this out. And as soon as I'm done patting him like that, I have a greasy film on my fingers, so he really needs a really good bath. Little one, he's a year old, so let's get him in the bath. So I'm going to start the bath here with Yogi, and I'm going to fast forward it a bit at one point just so that you don't have to endure the whole bath. So here we go.
For those who don't know me, I'm Elizabeth Jenn, professional dog groomer since 2010.
So this first shampoo is the Germinator, and it really goes to get a lot of that dirt. I like to give 2 shampoos. Guys, we're going to see a very, very, very dirty dog. Once we rinse, you're going to see this dirt here coming out. A lot of it. Actually, we're already seeing it. So 2 shampoos. I always give 2 shampoos unless it's a puppy and the puppy's very stressed about the bath. He's not used to it. Well, I'll just give 1 shampoo. Or unless, like the client, sometimes my client will show up and say, hey, I already gave the dog a bath 2 days ago. Some clients bring me their dogs pretty clean, but I still give them their bath because there's nothing like a nice fresh wash with a good blow dry to have a really nice cut. So see how it's not bubbling? There are 0 bubbles going on here. That just means this dog is so dirty. I don't know what you've been doing, Yogi. Let me get around his neck. I don't know if you guys knew, dogs, especially poodles, they're very sensitive in their trachea area. So if you ever groomed a poodle and you have them coughing, while he's on a lead, that's because they are very sensitive in the trachea area. Hang on, guys. I'm going to bring this back down. And I'm going to wash his face. Guys, if only you could feel how dirty he is. I don't have any softness with the soap. You know the dog is clean when those bubbles are showing up, like sudsy bubbles. And when it's soft, you can feel it just glides. The soap just glides. So I'm just going to keep moving on, guys. Rinse him out and get him in the second shampoo. Get the second shampoo going.
In case you didn't know, I'm live on Wednesdays, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And I upload new videos every Monday and Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. So if you have any questions, feel free to write them down in the comments below. Take the time to subscribe and click the notification bell because it's the only way you'll know that my videos have been uploaded.
I'm just going to take a second here to show you guys all that dirt that's going to be coming off this pup. It's quite satisfying. Hang on. So this is shampoo number 1. You can see how dark that is. All that dirt down there. You see that? I guess I'd have to get a white mat so you guys can see better. I'm going to do that. Get a white mat. But yeah, this is a lot of dirt coming off. I want to rinse really well because I want all that dirt to really come off. So that when I come in with my second shampoo, it's still running. The dirt is still running. Seriously, what have you been doing? You've been rolling around in the dirt? Huh? Rolling around in the dirt. You got to do your head too, and he won't let me. I'm pretty sure he won't. He's a squirmy pup. He's only a year old, so. Try to wipe. I dropped my towel here. Try to wipe some of this off. And let's try to rinse his head and see what he does. He may try to fight me. Oh, he's doing good. Thank you. Now I'm going to hold his little muzzle here and try to rinse that off on the top there. Okay. He did not like that. You know, when you're holding the dog down, you don't want him to be jumping up like this. The shoulders are where I aim. It's not his neck. I'm just holding his shoulders down to keep him from, you know, keep his shoulders, keep his legs from going up. So see, because if I were to let go, he would go up right away. Okay. He was going to go up. But anyhow, so this is the first rinse. I'm going to show you what it looks like once you get more bubbles in there. Let's get some more soap on you. This time I'm going to be using my other shampoo. It's the 2-in-1. Okay. All right, so second shampoo. And get a lot of that shampoo there on his body. Okay, let's try this now. Okay, yeah, we're seeing a little more results here. See this? You hear that? When you hear that, you know that you've got a cleaner dog here. A clean dog. Let me take this off. It's just noisy for nothing. Hear that? That's soap. That's the bubbles getting in there. Those bubbles go get that dirt. The dirt attaches to that, and then it runs clear and down the drain. Okay? There are ways to hold your dog. The dog wants to jump out. See what I'm doing here? I'm just holding him against the side of the bath here, to the sink. Oh, there's burps. Those burps usually, it's just stress. Okay, turn him around. Keep him up against the, because I don't want him jumping out. Okay? And when I'm washing, I'm serious when I wash. I get everything clean. I don't just like rub here and there. I really get it all done. Okay, so the whole back part is done. I'm holding his shoulders down because he just wants to pull upwards. He has something here. There's something underneath his belly that's just stuck there. I might have to cut that out. I'll do his legs. I'm gonna need him in front. You wanna stand? Sometimes they like to stand. If it's an older dog, sometimes they're not too sure, but you gotta be sure they don't have like problems with their spine or their legs. You gotta get down in between those toes and the pad. And if that's feeling dry, like that there's no slip, then you gotta get a little more soap in there. See these pads here? Okay. Oh, there's a fly there. What's a fly doing here? Well, not a fly. It looked like a mosquito. All right, so I'm going to give him a facial. Get between those legs here. I'm going to put him back up here because I need to let go of him for a moment because I got to get my facial soap. My little blueberry facial that I like to give. Okay, I'm going to stand him here. I'm going to get a little on the top and on the ears. One hand. Rub again. Let's get back in. No. I'm going to do your ears. Here, guys, right under the ear. Not in the ear, by the way. Just right under the ear. That gets pretty dirty and greasy in there. Get the sides of the mouth. And the sides of the mouth here, sometimes they have food debris. Like that. Being very careful not to get that soap in their ears. Those ears are fine. Look at all those bubbles, guys. Look at all those bubbles. Okay, we have one clean dog, so I'm gonna rinse him out and I'm gonna see you right at the table.
So here on my dog grooming channel, I teach small dog grooming with detailed explanations, focusing on Shih Tzus, Cotton de Tuleers, and other small breeds through informative videos and training.
Welcome back to my table. All right, so we have little one here. He's kind of crying. I don't know why. What's wrong? Huh? You don't like that I took all that dirt off? Is that your thing? Or it's because you're cold? Yeah, well, we're gonna get you dry. Give me a second. I gotta wipe most of this off so we can make the drying process nice and easy for him. All right, so I'm gonna clean out his ears and his eyes. If you've been following me, you know that I always start with that. And yeah, let's get that done. I'll cover you up a bit. Get some of this and some of this. Bring this up. Actually, I'm going to just make a knot here. We're gonna clean out the eyes. So in the eye area, let's get you in closer. There, okay. Look at that dark face. You gonna sit down? Wanna keep this on? Show me your dark face. Always more complicated getting these little dark faces done. I need another light coming in this way. Okay, so I just cleaned out these eyes with a little flea comb, okay? And then I'm going to just snip around the eyes with my little scissors here. Snip around the eyes. And the reason why I do that now, I snip it all out, is because I'm gonna come in and clean, and I don't need all that hair there to clean because it's be gone anyway, so I wanna get as close as I can to the skin. So I'm gonna come in. I have these little rounds here that I like to use. These little, you know, makeup remover rounds. Drip on there, and let's do this. Let's do this. Holding your head. He doesn't want me to hold his chinny chin, so I'm just gonna clean up. That's all you need to do, guys. Just get that nice and clean in there, okay? And then I'm going to discard this in the garbage. And we're gonna use the ear cleaner and go in and see what's going on with his ears. Okay, do we need to pluck anything out of there? Poodles often need some plucking. He does not have much hair in there, so I'm just going to cut. You gotta be very careful when cutting here. I don't really need to pluck his ears because he doesn't have much hair in there. And when there's not much hair, it's fine. Oh, you don't want. He does not want. All right, so see how dirty that was on one side? I'm gonna flip it over and I'm gonna use this side for the other ear. Okay, we're gonna go back in here. When this plugs up and gets way too full of hair and it blocks the air circulation in there, that can cause ear infections. We want that ear canal to stay dry. And he doesn't have much hair in there, so I don't need to pluck anything out. My cat's getting angry at my little dog, I think. There, those ears are nice and clean. I'm gonna back this up. And I am going to spray him with a little bit of conditioning spray, and I'm going to dry him, and I'll see you right after the dry. I'll fast forward this so that you guys don't need to have to wait around watching me dry for 5-10 minutes.
Remember, guys, respect, comfort, and safety before vanity. Happy grooming.
Oh my guys, I just noticed he has a tick. I'm going to take a little bottle here and I'll put some alcohol in it because I'm going to remove this tick. There's a tick on the top of his head. Okay, he doesn't want me to dry him at all. All right. Will he let me remove it? Look at this tick. Look how huge it is. It's been drinking that it's been there for a little while. I really got to get down to the head of the tick. These are not the ones I want to use. These are the ones I want. Right down to the tick's head. Thing I do not want. Give me a second. You don't want to burst the tick. What you do want, though, is to hold it tight enough. You gotta, come on. You gotta grab that head. You gotta get down to the base of the head. It's been there for a while. We'll get there, honey. Hang on. We got it. We got it. We got the head and everything, so. That head's in there. Yep. I'll show you in a minute, guys. I gotta check to see if he's got any more. So give me a second. I'm just gonna check to see if he's got any more ticks in there, and I'll show you. Well, I didn't find any more ticks. I'm gonna show you his little hole he's got. That mark, left a mark. See that? Left a little mark. You know, and I rubbed and scrubbed that dog, and these ticks, they just don't let go. I'm just going to spray a little bit of alcohol on there. It might sting for a second, but I would prefer there, just a little bit. All right, he's fine. Okay, so I can't find any more. I'm going to finish drying him. I'm going to show you guys this tick here. I'm going to close this. Oh, and he's pretty big. I can get you to see in the inside of that. Hang on. Can you see that? Is that too close? Or like this? Hang on. I don't know what it needs to zoom. Come on. Just keeps turning. There. There it is. And when you're trying to take these monsters out, you have to be sure. See, the thing is you don't want the, when you're taking it out, you don't want to squeeze the tick's belly because you don't want it to regurgitate into the skin. That's what's not, that's what's not good for, for Lyme disease and all that. They have that in their system. And if you squish the dog and you burst the tick, that's not good. So you need to be sure that you're getting it at its head. And when you're pulling, just at the head, you're pulling and pulling. You not yank it out because you don't want the tick's head to stay stuck. You want to be giving a little bit of a pull, till the tick decides to kind of let go. He seems to have let go because the head's there. So, we do our best. There are tick removers that you can get also. I like to use this, but you got to be really careful not to squish the body. So very rarely do I get ticks here, but it's the third one actually that I found in a little while. It had been a few years no ticks. Okay, so I'm going to continue drying this pup and hopefully no more ticks. Oh, and by the way, he's really squirmy. He does not like the drying process. I'm going to have to put him on my lap, try to get him dry like that. Now that's a lot of squirm. He's a squirmy worm. Oof, all right, so I'm not gonna push that for his feet and legs. We're gonna just let that dry off. I do have to try to get a little bit of that head dry. I have no idea if that's gonna work. Let us try this. We do our best, right? Use this little dryer I got off Amazon. The little air comes out here. This little brush here. Let's see what he does here. Let's start with just the brushing, see what he does. Put it on low. He just does not want any air around his face or feet. Okay, I'm gonna bring it up a little higher. No. Okay, so guess what, guys? I'm not drying his face. I will not. There are times where you need to just let it go. I'm not drying your face. It is what it is. What is this? Speaking of is what it is. Oh, it's just debris. Now that I saw the tick, I'm feeling like there's bugs everywhere. Ugh. Those buggers. My sister got Lyme disease because of, I don't know if it was because of ticks, but she got Lyme disease and that was really tough for her. Let's see, give me a second. I just want to wipe my camera. Whoa, is that better? I think my camera might have been dirty. Okay, so I'm gonna brush them out. Hopefully no more ticks. I didn't see any more, but didn't feel any more. I'm gonna give him a nice little brush. Too bad for your head, honey. You've gotten that nice and straight and dry to get you a perfect head. But he'll be cute just the same. So I'm gonna move on with the brush and see you in a moment. So Yogi's fighting. He's fighting me. Just pulls and pulls. And I gotta pull him back. I'm gonna put the little groomer's helper or a belly band so that you stay put. I have no choice. You know, sometimes you gotta work with what you've got. And this is what I have this morning. You just will pull, pull, pull. Okay, so show me your belly and we're gonna get the rest done. So when they fight like that, just do your best. If it comes to being really, really bad, I mean, the dog is like really bad, just give up. Maybe come back to it a little later on. I'm serious, guys. It just itched in the back of my leg and I'm thinking, oh my God, I got bit. What if one fell off? I really hate ticks. Pretty scary. What's going on here? A little bit of knotting. Not always easy between the legs. There are different tools you can use, and I'll show you one that I use here. I have this little thing here. No, if you slip, I'm holding you, don't worry. This has blades on one side and no blades on this side. So when I'm using it on the skin, it doesn't cut, but it cuts on this side here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to separate and just give it a back and forth movement. It's not a pulling away movement, it's really back and forth. That wasn't too tough to do here. We got it out. All right, I'll put it away. Okay, so he's all brushed down, and let's get his pads done. When shaving in this area for a little male here, it's good to, you got to get all of that hair off here, but you have to come right in the front and try to get some of up here out also, because this little stream here, when he's gonna pee-pee, that stream's gonna catch that hair. So I'm gonna just cut some of that out. They often get knots on the sides here. And I like to come down a little lower also, because that tends to knot up also. So I'm gonna also do also do under his arms, like this. He won't let me. I think he's reminding me of, I'm not sure if he's the one that does this. There's a pup that I groom that doesn't let me do it at all. It might be him, not sure. Okay, so let's troubleshoot this, guys. All right, so you don't want, let's sit him down. Sit, sit, sit. One leg up, I'm holding his head. I'll just bring his leg up close to his neck like that. And he's not going to want, guys, this is all about trial and error. Okay, so I tried that. I'll try it again. Okay, so it won't work that way. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna just lift him up. Watch your toes, watch your toes. Lift him up. I'm holding his head, holding this arm. He's holding me. I just wanna get a little of that out. And it's important to get some of that out under there because that mats up. It won't be as nice as I want it to be, but at least it's done. His head's drying out, drying off, so we're gonna clip his nails and move on. All right, so I'm gonna let you guys know I am using a 10 millimeter, 10 millimeter. That is the purple Andis comb. I'm gonna use a 30 blade underneath that. And I'm gonna give him, go around his body, sides of his legs a little, and then the rest will be scissored. So we'll get into our scissoring in a moment. I'm gonna start off here. Start at the base of his neck. His head's still wet. It's what it is. Base of his neck going all the way down slowly, lightly, not pressing on. This is just light. Holding it like this. We're really light. We're not digging into the skin. Just floating. And I'll get the sides here. Once I've got these sides in, I'll come in and do a little bit of tap and pulling up. Do the same thing, nice and light. There are bumps everywhere on, you know, there's bones and muscle and curves and whatnot, so you gotta go in slowly. Okay, and I'm gonna put this right back on. He's laying his head right in my hand. Put this right back on, and I'm going to proceed with the side of the leg here. Lightly. I just bring it around there. I'm gonna bring it right in front of his foot here, curve that out. You might want to come in and back comb a bit and do it again. Back combing. I'm coming in with the scissors later anyway, so it'll all be finished. All the legs will be done with the scissors. Do the sides, being careful. There's a flap here of skin, so you want to go downwards on that. You don't want to catch the skin between those teeth. Be very careful in that area. All right. So I'm going to move on. See how here when we left off, I'm going to come in with my comb and come in the opposite direction to try to blend that in. See how it gives it a softer transition? And let him set him down. Hang on. He just wiggles and wiggles. He doesn't want me to do this. Gotta hold him, hold him, hold him. Hang on. Okay, sit, sit, sit. No, 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 no. You gotta tell them no, you know. Hang on. Oh, guys, I have a pain right here. He's giving me trouble. A little bit of trouble. He's just like very resistant, I guess. So now I'm gonna get to scissoring his feet. Well, we'll do his head first. So that's a 13 millimeters. So that is the orange Andis comb, 13 millimeters. And I'm gonna try to do his head. I can't always do his head. Sometimes I have to do it like without the comb, but I'm gonna try. If I can give him a little, I'm holding him like this, like there's a V, and he's kind of locked in there, so he can't back up. And I'm leaning my arm against the table here so that he can't pull out in a way. Pull this back. And I'm gonna try. If it doesn't work, I'll have to do it another way. Just get her done quick. with precise movements. You don't want to go too fast. There, fine. The rest I'll take off with scissors. It's too bad you won't let me blow dry, because now you're going to be all funny up there. All right, I did it. Did it. Combs away. So yeah, we're going to cut around his feet. He's one nervous one. Very nervous. Here's my little, I love this little, whatchamacallit. Oh, whatchamacallit, that's what I call it. A little brush. I'm just going all around those toes so that I can get into the scissoring. I'll be fast forwarding my scissoring. You get to hear the nice sound of the snip snip of the scissors. And so guys, I'm live every Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Whoa, I almost got my finger. And I also upload new videos every Monday and Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern time. If there's any change to video uploads or to lives or whatnot, I just leave a message in the community, where the community tab is. So you can go check that out and see what's going on. If you're not finding my videos or something's going on, there might be a reason, you know. Life still goes on and things still happen. All right, I'm going to start scissoring. Bring this in just a little closer so you guys can see a little more. You've seen me do this before probably, but from one dog to another it's different. And then I troubleshoot whenever there is something going on. You get to see how I try to deal with it. Some things work, some things don't. I'm gonna just give him a little curve here. Light curve. Come in with my straights. I'm gonna take all of this out in the inner part of the thigh here, that leg. I just want a nice curve, so I come in with my curves. I want to get some more curves, longer ones actually, like that. What I'm gonna do is the back of his hook, the inside of the thigh again. There's still more to do. There's always, you just keep brushing him and brushing him. And you cut, brush, and cut, and brush, and cut, and it just never ends. See, I'm keeping him quite short because Dad at home does not brush him. He doesn't. He's an older man, and he's not, brushing is not his thing, right? So I like to keep the dog nice and short so that when he comes in next time, there's no dematting, no problems. Okay? So every time he comes in, he's in great shape. Just that he's pretty dirty, but he's still in great shape. So I'm just going to curve this out here a bit. Use my flat on the side, the straights. It's always nicely curved out. Bring him a little more on this side so I can see. You want to pull. It's a little velour pup. Just a little velour pup. He looks like a crushed velour because he's still curly. I don't usually use my comb and brush, whatever, to brush out as I'm drying, especially with him because, well, it depends on the dog. Like with him, I need to hold him with the other hand because he's just all over the place. Just gonna get what's left here under his arm, some of that out. I like to come to his side here, that straight down. Here we're just creating a box, guys. Some down, straight down. I'm going to do right underneath. Nice and flat and straight. Careful, there's always that little toe here. You need to know where that toe is so you don't cut it. It's too easy to cut. I'm just rounding out the side here. See? Whoops, put your leg down. You need more? Yes, you need more. Straight down. Let's pull this back up. I'm pulling it straight up. You get that little fuzzy leg effect. Fluffy teddy bear look. I got one side done. Of course, I always got to come back in. As soon as you move the dog, right? As soon as you bring your comb back in, there's always something sticking out. All right, so I'm going to turn him around. We're going to do the first leg. Here on the inside, he's going to be pulling. I'm just keeping my hand down on the table. He's going to want to pull and turn away. I need to see a little more of that leg. For some reason, they always turn that way. You pull them, you wait a moment, see if they'll move. Try to get 2-3 snips in. It's very rare that you're going to find a dog that just will sit there for you. And when you do find that dog, keep that dog. I'm just going to hold his pad underneath, like his little hairs where his pad is. Wait. You wait for them to settle down before you start cutting again. See the tips of his legs? Wow, he just dripped. You just spit on me. You just dripped some spit on my hand. What is that? It's not like it's hot in here. So this, I didn't get to dry that. Give me a second, guys. Sorry for my big head in the way. I'm just gonna fluff this up, turn him around, sit him down, sit, wait, wait. Give him a second. Patience is key. And resting is key. Guys, if you're not resting enough, patience will not be there. I just did a video about resting and sleeping and patience and whatnot. Was it last week's video? I think it was last Monday? No, not Monday. Yeah, Monday. Turn. Sit your bum. Okay. Sit and wait. Wait. I don't usually do this sideways, guys. I just don't want him to move. I don't want to get up. I have to anyway. I got to go do the other side, so. Okay. I'll do the same thing on this side. I'm going to comb this up like that. Watch your head, move your head. You always want to wait till the dog, look at him yawning. That is those yawns are to tell me that I am annoying him. When they want to move around like that, you gotta put them in the position you want them to be in, hold them there, tell them wait, they'll be pulling, and you just wait for them to stop, and then you can move on. Careful again here, guys, that little itty bitty toe. They have their bigger pad here, but they have another toe right there. So you gotta be very careful about that little toe. Okay? And the sides here. Do the same thing. I'm gonna turn him around, tell him to wait probably. He pulls. Sit him down, sit. I'm not pressing on his back. I'm just pulling those little legs back underneath, tucking him underneath his belly. Wait. He's doing okay. I don't want to talk too quick, but I'm just gonna cut this part here. Sometimes slower movements are better. Fluff this up, sides, and we're gonna make this nice and short over here and round that out on the sides. Hope you guys are seeing this good enough. There. See, he's letting me hold his foot. He's not fighting at all, just holding his leg there. Good boy, good boy. That's where you tell them they're good. And lift this up a bit. And the cut underneath, watching that little toe. I know where that toe is. Like that. Watch your tongue, boy. Watch your tongue, boy. Just to see if, yeah, I gotta make this a little smaller because that leg is a little shorter in length. I cut a little more off the other one. Okay, let's bring this teddy bear here. Bring your head up. I want to go down here like this so I can connect the chest all the way through like that. Why are you shaking? He's got that shaky leg back there. Let's give your feet a shake like that. See what's going on. See, that's not that bad. All right, so I'm just gonna move on, guys. Get the rest done. See here, I'm kind of locking his hips into place. Whoa, poke. So that he doesn't turn his body, because he wants to turn his body, but I need to see under there. I'm kind of just holding his leg back there to lock him into place. I want his leg, see how his leg can stay straighter? I want that leg to stay straight. Why were you growling? He kind of let out a little growl. Keeping my finger in place here. I do not want to snip his little skin flap here. All right. So, all right, so we're going to do back here. Inside of the legs. Just straight down. That's all you want. Well, straight down. You kind of want to follow the curvature of the inside of the leg. And then just keep lifting it back up. You can look at it in different angles. Like I see this angle here, and whatever I'm seeing through, I know I can cut. Okay, so we're going to look at what's going on back here. You can come in here with a clipper if you prefer. I just like to do this with these little scissors, or my other thinners work well too. These tiny scissors are really good. There. But I may want to come in with my fingers and do the base of the tail up here, just above the this little poopy here. Now, I want to see if the tail is really well brushed out. The client said he really liked what I did the last time, so we're going to do that again. It's a knot here. Get rid of that. The last time what I did was I just cut a little bit of this off. I usually, from the base of the tail where the bone is, 3 fingers. That's enough. And then I'm just going to create a little flag. A very tiny flag. He says he really liked that. So we're going to do a very tiny flag here. Come right up to his bum. Do that again. I do it twice, sometimes 3 times. And I go on the other side too, because there's always hair sticking out somewhere. No. Do this side here. I mean, then his hair is gonna fall from the other side and then be longer on this side. And I think that's good enough. That's good enough. But I'm also going to come in and create some kind of teardrop. Okay, I'm gonna take all of this on the sides and I'm just gonna bring that right in to the base of the tail. That tickles him, because these are thinners. I kind of tug a little sometimes. I'm guessing my thinners need some sharpening. That could be the reason why too. So just let the base take a little off. So he's going to be happy with that. Pretty happy with that. All right, let me turn you around, honey. Ooh. We're going to do your inside of your legs. I like to do the same thing on this side. Remember, I did the back. If I can get him to stand straight, I like to come in and do the inside of the legs also, like this. All right, so we're gonna get to his head. So he did not want me to dry his hair on his head, so we're dealing with a wet head here. It's still just still a bit humid, so I'm just gonna use a cloth here and try to rub some of that humidity out. Rub. Wait, I'm just gonna rub a little bit out. You didn't want me to dry. I gotta do something. Huh? Gotta do something. Guys, it's the best I can do, seriously. All right, so this should be easy peasy to get his head done. We're almost done. I'm just gonna cut. It should be easy peasy. Is he gonna let me do this? I'm going to use my curves, but I am using the curve this way, outwards, not towards him, outwards. I don't want him to turn his head and then poke him in the eye, which it still could happen, but I've got better chances of it not happening. I'm going to keep an eye out here because he's dark. I'm going to turn my light towards his eyes here so that I can see better. That is one dark face. Is that okay? I'm going to use my thinners and come take all of that off on the top of his nose. Create some space. If the client asks me to leave some of that on the top, I will, but if they don't, I like to just take all of that out because then they don't have too much hair growing back in their eyes like that. I'm going to use my other thinners here. These are my 40, I think they're 40 tooth thinners here just to get that nice and soft. Okay, did all of that. I'm going to do under his chin. I'm just holding his head from, from turning. Do all of that here. Give him a nice short chin. See how square that is? I'm going to lift his ear up here. Pull that beard forward. Come in with a curve here and just give it a light curve. Pull all of that back. Be careful not to get that eye when you come in. So if you want to go in flatter, it's better. Okay, so I'm just going to get rid of everything that's in front of the ear. All of that. Okay? Then I'm going to bring everything forward like this, and I'm going to use my thinners. I could use my other scissors too. I'm trying with my thinners. Now we got to remember he's wet, so. Keep brushing him out, okay? So I got rid of all of that in front of his ear, all of that. Let's go behind his ear. Behind the ear, they get lots of knots there too. So I'm gonna cut all of that out, right behind the ear. All of that junk has gotta go right behind. Okay, so we'll come back to that side after. I'm just going to do the same thing on this side. Hold his little chinny chin chin, because that's the only way I can go here on this side. Bring everything back. Cut everything that's in front of the ear. Don't want him to move his ear too much. You got to be sure when you clip, when you cut, you got to be sure that that ear is secure there. Okay? I'm coming with my thinners, and I'm going to go from the side here to the corner of the eye, like that. Okay. Fluff that up again. Do the same thing. You know, there's a lot of steps, but once you get the hang of it, you know, and I do these steps this way. It's, you know, you might do it differently. Oops, hang on. All right, so I'm going to get the back of the ear. Sometimes I'll do the ears first. In general, this is how I do it. You know, sometimes I'll grab these scissors, sometimes I'll grab my thinners, whatever suits me for that moment. I'm just gonna hold his two ears back here. I'm gonna fluff this up, and I'm gonna try to make a nice little mustache here, nice and round. And he does have, whoops. Okay, so there are different ways to hold a dog, right? And it depends on how the dog lets you hold him. Oh, that's a nice yawn. I just saw that hair there. See, he's turning his head. I'm gonna back up a bit so you can see better. Sorry if you didn't see well enough. I was very concentrated. Sit back, sit. I'm gonna do his ears. And I'm gonna hold that flap, that ear leather, and cut right in front of my fingers. I'm just taking the excess off. I'm cutting in front of my fingers, just to be sure that I'm not cutting that flap. You know, if you were a human, you wouldn't want to be moving like this. You'd know that there's a danger there. I'm just going all around that ear. I'm gonna do the same thing with this ear, then we'll see if everything's equal. Holding that flap, going in front of my finger like that. There. Take my mask off, I can talk better. Go all around. I'm just like pulling on the hair, making it straight. There. Now I'm gonna do the same, not the same, sorry. Just bring him up front here, sit him down, sit, wait, wait, wait. Let's try to comb some of that up. Really? Sit, 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 wait, wait. I'm just grabbing my huge chunkers here so that I can just do this in 2-3 cuts. Sit, sit. I'm just tucking those legs under his belly. Wait. Wait. A light snip at a time. Clean up this whole area back here, just to blend everything in. Oh no, I'm not done. I am not done. I'm almost done, but I am not done. See, I'm seeing all kinds of little things here that I don't like. So I'm gonna come in and take more of that off. Okay. So This is another case of what you do what you can, because he just pulls and pulls and pulls and pulls. Trying to hold him like this, get him fighting, so try to hold him in the back. If it doesn't work one way, you try another way. So I'm just gonna hold the back of his head, not around his neck, because he still can move. I'm gonna hold the back of his head and get into where his skull is, close to where the jaw is, so that he doesn't turn his head, because now I have scissors and I do not want him to turn. Just wanted to soften that up a bit. Bring your head up high, honey. So because I'm holding the skull, he can't turn. See, he's kind of not enjoying that because it's close to his jaw here. So try again underneath. See if he's going to let me do it. You go back to a different technique. Okay, so I'm just going to finish him off here, guys. Finish off his face. He's pretty much done. I'm going to take a picture and I'm going to let you know. And I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to show you. Thanks for watching, guys.
Hey there, pet parents and grooming gurus. If you enjoyed my tail-wagging transformations and want more tips to keep your furry friends looking fabulous, just hit that subscribe button. Remember, every click helps spread the love and lathers of grooming joy. Subscribe now and let's embark on this fluffy journey together.